Moo! Welcome, everyone, to, well, Cal Nothing. It's not really a nothing map if you know my nothing maps, but we just found this, and I think it looks ridiculous, and I imagine someone spent an entire weekend making it. We have Cal Nothing, and this map works a little bit like Regicide not Regicide, sorry, Pilgrims works, where all the players start lined up on the water, and they start with a horse, a king, and then a bunch of villagers. So, again, it's Pilgrim-esque, and because these players have never played this map before, as the cow puns already start and the stakes are high, I decided to do Explored so these guys can think a little bit about where to go. Now, there are cows on the map. That's good because it is called Cal Nothing, and otherwise, I mean, the landscape looks pretty interesting. I'm just a little, now that I see it, I'm a little disturbed by the udders. Can we talk about that? The golden udders. The golden udders, just saying those words. I cannot believe that this is my job. I talk about golden udders. What'd you do today for work? How was work today, babe? That's actually not how my, hold on, let me redo that. How do I sound? What'd you do for work today? I can't do female voice. Anyways, my girlfriend's going to say how was work today, and I'm just going to look at her and say the golden udders and leave it at that, and then she's going to have to fill in the blanks. Yeah, so you've got the cow, and in the belly of the cow, I guess these are like the spots of the cow, you've got the stone. That's a really nice touch. And you can enter the cow through, oh God. I like the brown water near the rear of the cow as well. Are you kidding me? This is too much detail. Okay, well, if you walk in through the most dangerous area of the cow, you can access the stone. And one player has done that. Actually, this is an interesting touch. You could actually use your transport all the way through here. I hope this is an amusing game for you guys, as Sally says that. So let me get the introductions in real quick. These players really wanted their TCs up right away. We've got Mackers playing as the Mongols here in the gray. And in the green nearby, we have Monkey playing as the Dravidians. To the north of that, near the word moo, we have Snowshawn Skate playing as the Khmer. Snowshawn Skate, been around my community a long time. Definitely one to look out for, especially with a good post-imp civilization. In the orange, between the ooh and the ooh, we have Sally, and this is cow nothing for Sally. Sally has so many cows. What do you have to say about that, Cal? Okay, I thought they were going to be louder. And Sally's playing as the Cumans, or the Cowman. No. In the red, we have Death Hunter. And I am a big fan of Death Hunter just because of the chat so far. Death Hunter's really enjoying the cow jokes. Says, gone milk them udders, though. Playing as the Franks. In the purple, again, in the anus of the cow, we have Batman. And then way down here in the south, we have GS Healer playing as the Turks. And then last but not least, we have Recharged, who also has a lot of cows, playing as the Portuguese. All right. And Gray says, you stole my cows. Green says, I give you back two. So these two are already butting heads, being next door neighbors over here. So other aspects of the map, I noticed right away that they all start with outposts and walls and houses all together here, which honestly looks really cool. I'm not sure with this gold. I guess the gold's just meant to look cool as well. But yeah, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 relics. Not bad, not bad, and everybody's aware of it. You also have the potential to fish. Of course, one of my favorite maps is going to have salmon on it, so players have docked. That's cool. In the very north, you have 4 more relics. And then in the very south, we have 4 more. And then the west has received nothing. You've got massive berry bushes over here. And then, well, what about the eye of the cow? Ooh, the eye of the cow is also relics. Also, this is like the cow ears. You have the only area of the map with snow. And then gold around it. That's pretty cool looking. All right. So, GS Healer's his first Kami game. No allies. So, honestly, I thought I saw GS Healer playing the community game before. But it could just be that I've seen GS Healer around the community. Did I miss anything here? Did I miss anything? Wait, you don't think these are cow ears? What else is it gonna be? Cows don't wear crowns? You think that's a crown? I mean, okay, now that I look at it, it clearly is a crown. But why would a cow have a crown? The ears are under the crown, all right? We can agree to disagree here. You know what I would love to see here is a king to get trapped in here. Like somebody's running, like let's say purple, right? An army comes in from this side, and then the king has to flee. And as it's running, we have an epic little quick gate on this side to block the king in. That would be really cool. All right, so let's get the chatter starting about the players and how this game might develop. Red says, I'm utterly in love with you all. Full transparency, I had a full... I Googled cow puns and went to a site and had it up on my other monitor. However, there were so many freaking ads, somehow bypassing ad blockers, everything. I went through this whole deal so I could have cow puns on my other screen for you guys, and I just gave up on it. So my viewers and the players here are going to have to give me all the puns unless I have my own inspiration. But Sally is already being bowed down to a little bit. People talking to Sally. People would know Sally's reputation. Sally is a legend of community games, has won so many of them, and is known for being a great diplomacy player, on top of having decent skill as well. So... Yes, Healer says, Sally, only to you. I recognize greatness and will be your servant. Sally said, please don't make it sound weird. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. The O's have relics too. Oh, that's true. The O's do have relics. And cows. Funnily enough, if you're in Sally's position, there's not a lot of farm space here. You kind of need to only take the cows. Whereas, like, down here in the south, you actually have farm space. How long are we going to keep milking these puns for? Man, we should have, like, a... If we want Hardy to be busy all day tomorrow, I should tell him that he needs to add up all the puns that are made about cows, both in the game chat, in the viewer chat, and then eventually, geez, we could loop in YouTube as well. Yes. We could have a pun counter on the side. How much stone is on the map? This seems abnormal. 263 tiles of stone. That's a lot. All right. Fishing ships, obviously, important to start with. If you look at the economy here at the bottom left, you will see where players are at, and there's some big differences here. You have Richard and GS Healer and Sally, actually, below 20. I think that might be how long it took them to get their TCs up. Oh, or also could be the fact that we have Sally on the way up to the next age already. Sally's got 30 cows. And then a horse, and the horse is probably very lonely at the moment. I think Death Hunter played before, and I remember Death Hunter being very chatty. Green, we can ally you, me, till the end.
Yes.
Okay, and I heard a yes. Now you've got Snow Sean says talking only to you. Cool, cool. Oh, God. Batman is... You must have made him a hotkey mistake, right? Unless it is your plan to farm in the middle of the stone, which I guess is a plan. That might be one of your best spots to farm. Not sure that's what you wanted. Sally says, what is it with me and getting Cumans? Oh, it is farms. Okay, forgive me for judging. I guess no point crying over spilt milk, but seriously. Oh, I knew that was going somewhere. Yeah, that's actually true, though. I think the last time Sally was in a community game, Sally random Cumans. I forget exactly what happened that game. But it was a mega random game, and I remember it was a mix of water and land. And Purple trying to use basic words and can't type it. But don't worry, guys. You can hack streamers' accounts, but you can't have basic conversations and messages with this game. It's awesome. Wow, green's on the way up already? What is this? Oh, you know what I didn't pick up on is the fact there's shorefish here. That's actually really nice. Villagers bring in shorefish very quickly. And then, of course, you would have the actual fishing ships. All right. I got 99 problems. Only one cow, though. Yellow says, I appreciate the attempt. All right. Well, I don't expect aggression. I just expect to relax, but I should give a shout out to Killer Cow. Killer Cow, maybe there's multiple Killer Cows, but I know who you are. All right. You've been around my community for a while. I don't think Killer Cow knows we're doing this right now. I've not seen Killer Cow around. However, I found this on the scenario, saw the name, and Killer Cow made this. I think it looks awesome. I definitely could not have done this. I have no artistic ability whatsoever. If you were to guess, though, how many hours it took for someone to make this, what would you guess? Because there was a lot of thought put into this, right? All the tiny little details. Quite nice. And, like, there's many aspects which I think makes this more fun for Regicide games, too. Like, the water and the use of the transport here, or even Navy here could be cool. So, I would say, again, I have no map scripting ability. It's got to be way more than 2 hours. I'd say 10 hours minimum to make this. And I don't know how many downloads this had before we downloaded it, but hopefully it gets more, and then Killer Cat will be all excited about it. So I could see this as a weekend project for somebody. From the shorefish, like, it's even decently balanced from the shorefish to the cow placement, everything. Also, I love the fact they started with a horse, so they have something to go get the cows. That's always really nice. Only thing I'd say is it does seem like players are going to need to migrate towards the middle and the north. I feel like there's slightly more resources there, but I don't know. Look at this. Blue is going to place a monastery here. Must be confident to get those relics. Oh my god. I know what Snowshawn's going to do. Snowshawn is Khmer. And Khmer can make ballista elephants. And ballista elephants can take out trees. I think that he is going to get... He's going to make one ballista elephant. He's going to ballista his way to those relics. That's epic. And randomed into the Khmer, but so cool. Now, red and green have said they're going to be friends forever. I don't know if they know each other or what. I'm building TCs all over, maybe near the udder. That's where the gold is. And now red, possibly cheating on green, says, hey, purple, we are neighbors. Oh, wait, it's not horse nothing. Can we ally? And I guess purple's saying I'm good for now to blue because they're friends. And then purple just gives a yes to red. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, this could get utterly ridiculous in this area. What would this region be called? Should we maybe skip that topic? This area also has a lot of gold. So you've got the udder. You've got the... well, okay. We don't answer that. We've got the other gold area, and then we've got the crown. Still not fully understanding why a cow would have a crown, but that's cool. Hey, if you kind of look at it, if the moo wasn't there, if it said roar at the top, you could also consider this to be like some type of weird dinosaur thing. Okay. I had been living off that steak money, says Death Hunter. Man, I haven't had steak in a long time. Steak is one of those things I like, but if I ever go to a restaurant, usually I'm not going to get it, right? Because you only get one meal. I guess I like steak, but I don't love steak. Like, I think steak lovers will get steak every time. I'm not sure how many of you guys out there eat steak. I haven't had steak in years. I'm more of a chicken guy myself. Chicken everything. Chicken turkey. But I'll eat some steak occasionally. I kind of like how red's got like these slight little typos. It's very wholesome. I love it. To be expected, of course, when you're nervous and playing a game. And we've got a community that's from all over the world, too. Imagine a lot of you guys might speak multiple languages. I very much do not. I mean, I could try, but it's not going to be very good. Hi, Green, only to you. Looking for allies. Smiley face. I'm a bit stuck away in the corner. Heyo, I'll be your friend. I'm friends with Red and Gray already. Wow, okay, so Green's sharing that information, so that makes it seem very honest. Would you like to be part of our... Okay. Group. What did he try to say the first time? Why does the game not let him say that? Red says, buddy, I got TC. Where you going? Where you going? I think this is Red saying, Green, what are you doing over here? But Green obviously is going to want some of the golden crown. I didn't say I'm a chicken. I just said that I eat a lot of chicken. And yes, there is a story where some old man thought I was named Chicken. And I could retell that later if people have never heard it here, but I think you guys have probably heard it before. I like how many cows are being sent around the map as peace offerings. That's really cool. But also, Green has blown me away here with this start. 80 eco right now. Red's like, hey, can I get myself some cows? Green says, sure, I'll send them over. Green's going to go over here. And I love the fact that you can bring transports in this far, but that also means you can bring a navy. So if you had cannon galleons there, you could range a lot of different people. Yellow says, Teal keeps stealing my cows. Darn microaggressions, tonguey face. It's more just distraction than anything else, but therefore don't trust him as an ally. Wow. So Yellow doesn't trust Teal because Teal's taking cows on a map where Yellow already has 15 cows. All right. People really take their cows seriously here. Sorry for my bad spelling. I am dyslexic and English is my fourth language. And Red says this to everyone. Red, I love it. I can speak like 2 phrases of other languages. So please, I'm jealous of you. Okay? I think that's awesome. Please, anyone out there who doesn't speak English as a first language and is like not perfect with it, please don't be ashamed of that stuff. Seriously. I can barely speak English, to be honest with you. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, it's going down over here. And will the castle go up? Healer and Charge are going to fight. We've got some light caps here from Teal, and this is clear that Teal is going to be aggressive. Teal, remember, spoke earlier to Sally about being friends. Now Yellow has to evacuate with the cows. There we go. Okay. So that TC is going to be a goner for Yellow, and that's Yellow's only TC, and Yellow is now evacuating. And this is a stressful time for poor Yellow. Teal cannot see that. But it does look hilarious. It's like we're playing Oregon Trail over here. And the king's got to leave as well, obviously. If you lose the king, you're defeated. And for Teal, I mean, your economy's not that great, but you have freed up this southern side, I guess. Also, I'm so sorry I didn't show the relics getting collected. I just remembered that. I'm the worst, but well played from Snowshawn to get those relics there. You also could ask for people to delete walls to get those relics, but it's unlikely that would happen. Here goes Gray with a king, running towards the middle, towards the udders. And now Yellow is here as well. There goes Red running out of the cow's mouth. Red, can we start trade? Can we trade along the bottom is what Teal is now saying. I could see that working out. Now, normally if you're an aggressor like this, it doesn't bode too well for you in the long term. Because Yellow's going to say, hey, this guy's a meanie. And, you know, in the previous game, someone said, oh, shoot, hold on a second. Oh, we have a big attack. Snowshawn's going to try and kill Sally. And this is way faster than you normally see attacks in these types of games. But this is probably Snowshawn realizing who Sally is. Sally says to the end to some people. And then Sally signals and says, speaking of which, and is recognizing that this is not so good, but does have a little bit of an avenue to escape through. And this is still the main portion of Sally's eco anyways. Red is going for the west side. This is awesome, actually. Once these TCs and castles complete, this will be sick. So the only aggression we've seen has been from a GS healer on Yellow, and then, of course, Blue now on Orange. We have the Imperial Age now for Batman and Monk. Okay, do you guys want to hear the chicken story real quick? I kind of want to tell it. It's been a long time. All right, so I'm going to tell the chicken story. If you already heard the chicken story, I apologize. I will prioritize the game, though. So if stuff starts to go down, I'm going to have to talk about that. So what would have been 11 years ago now, or maybe it was 10. I was either 18 or 19. I don't really remember, but I worked at a call center. So if you don't know what a call center is, it's just a building with a bunch of small cubicles. Everyone has a headset, and you just handle phone calls the whole day. And I worked at a building call center for a company that is not well liked in my country named Comcast, an internet, phone, whatever provider. And in a lot of areas in the U.S., it's like the only one you can get. And that people are not very fond of that company. Let's just say that. So I worked in the billing department. So that means that people who feel like they're paying too much talk to me, and they would see me as the enemy, as Sally is currently being attacked. And so it wasn't a pleasant experience. You know, people can get really upset. A lot of people don't realize that, like, I was just a kid doing a job, right? So as Sally goes down here, and Sally's now running away with the king. We'll see if Sally survives. I had this evening, I think it was like a Thursday night. No, it would have been a Wednesday night because it was going into Thursday. And I had the hopes that this snowstorm was going to lead to work getting canceled. I had already called out all the days that I could for whatever period of time. So I knew I had to go into work or I'd be in trouble. And we had reports that there was going to be like a foot of snow that night. And so, like the responsible person I am, I played Call of Duty till 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. I don't know. I stayed up way too late, and I played video games all night, and then I went to bed, and I woke up at 7 a.m. to see if work was canceled. And wouldn't you know it, work was not canceled, because guess what? Who's going to try their cable service and call about their bill when they have a day snowed in? Well, it's going to be, customers. So I had like 2 hours of sleep. And I start to drive, and there's no one else on the roads. I lived in a country town. There was no plowing, nothing. It was a miserable experience. Eventually get into work, and I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. I hated my life. I sat down to talk for to people who hated me for 10 hours about their bills, right? So I'm like in a bad mood. And also, I get in there, and like no one was in there. I don't know if I've told that part. It's coming back to me now. There was like 10 people in there. So I'm going to get all the calls. Everyone else is having a good day. So, pick up the phone. Hi, this is Tristan. How can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. Is your name Chicken? There's some old dude on the other side of the phone. His like profile pops up. Yeah, I have all the information on the account. 78, 79, some old man. No, my name's Tristan. How can I help you? I hated my life. I was like, dude, you're so stupid. Like, honestly, that's where my brain was, right? Your name is Chicken? Well, I'll be Chicken. I've lived 79 years on this earth, and I have yet to speak to a man named after a farm animal. That's the exact phrase. The early stuff I'm not sure on, but like, I remember I've lived so many years on this earth, and I've yet to speak to a man named after a farm animal. This man couldn't hear. So he genuinely thought after I clarified that I had still said chicken. And so then, like, I went from hating my life and hating everything to rolling on the ground. My headset flies off my head. I have to put myself on mute. He's like, hello, are you there? I'm like dying. My supervisor sees me freaking out, so he's like trying to get on the call to listen to it. Oh my God. And I like to think, and again, I'm sorry, there's still things happening in the game. I don't think Sally's dying, though. Like, Sally is going to be able to reboom, so we're still good to finish the story. I still love to think that, like, that old man at, like, family gatherings would tell the story of how he talked to a guy named Chicken. I need that to be happening somewhere. Like, oh, God, Grandpa's telling the chicken story again. Grandpa, you didn't talk to a man named after a farm animal. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I asked him 3 times, and he said chicken every time. Oh, God, I would love for that to be happening. Maybe I'll get, like, maybe I'll blow up in popularity, and then someone will be like, oh, my God, that's my grandpa. Anyways, that's a chicken story. I like that story. That guy made that day for me, because otherwise I would have hated my life the whole time. Okay, guys, can we talk about Red's castles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Red's castling the whole map. All that stone in the middle has led to a lot of castles here. This is crazy. They have really adapted well to a otherwise unique map, an awkward map to play. But the only like true enemies out there right now, I believe, would be yellow and teal. Or are they friends again? No, they're not friends again. They're next to each other though. And then it would be blue and orange. There's a lot of stone on this map. Keep in mind, Death Hunter is Franks. I just wonder what villagers are building those castles. It's going to take Death Hunter a while to finish those. Snowshawn says, clean out orange, he high level. Now, Snowshawn is neglecting to bring up the fact that he's also pretty high level. I think he's like, this is dangerous territory for me these days, because if I say someone's elo and I'm wrong, people message me about it later. But I think he's like 1,500, right? And I think Sally's around there too. I mean, that's not something you want to bring up. You don't want to say, I'm also high level, but... Red says, what's the plan? I need to fix some res and then I'm Gucci. And Monk says, I'm good whenever. Like, it seems like Monk is on Team Sally at least, right? As for who is going to be alongside Monk, it's probably the colors you see there. We'll see. I mean, again, Red's castles aren't going to be up for a long time. It's the same group of villagers that's building everything. Let's look at the stockpiles, though, right now. That's actually not a ton of gold income, but it should rise because of all the trade these players have. And the stone count continues to rise. The only person that doesn't have stone income is poor Sally. The thing is, Sally is a Diplo legend. I wouldn't say that Sally is good enough to brute force his way through on his own.
Yes.
In most situations. Very few people are, right? That's the beauty of community games. Sally is going to need some time. My God, is there a lot of castles here. But yeah, I think the yellow-teal situation is going to really start to heat up here soon. Because we have yellow on the way to the Imperial Age. I'm not sure teal attacking yellow was the wisest move. Maybe, you know... But yellow also had said that there was no trust between those two, so... Maybe they both were feeling the same. Maybe yellow would have ended up attacking, so... Blue is 1,600, but the highest is 1,900. He was 1,900? Dang. Okay. Guys, this is Kami Games where the cow puns... Okay, there's nothing... Where the cow puns what? Where are the cow puns? Oh, he's saying, like, where are the cow puns? Ah, like, where are your cow jokes? I gotcha. And Sally's saying that this is a rough time right now. Okay. Everyone's trying to run towards the middle for all this stone. Blue has just turned on green, however. And green is the Dravidians. Now, someone reminds me what the Dravidian Elephant Archer bonus is. I think they get Medical Corpse or something Corpse, and it's supposed to help. It helps their elephants regen, right? I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's regenning. I mean, that is freaking slow. Sit there and wait as that elephant goes back to 200 HP. It's going to take forever. It's, in my opinion, it's one of the more useless unique techs because, again, you know, elephant HP is already very strong. But the firing faster is nice. I think it's 25%. That's not part of the unique tech, though. I think that is just the Civ's bonus because their skirmishers have that, too. The attacking faster is potentially one of the better bonuses for the Elephant Archer. And you know how it goes in these types of games. It's all about population efficiency. So when you've got 12,000 HP here, that's going to last a long time. And this push is really pushing in here towards Snowshawn. Batman, however, has now turned. And this is where things start to ramp up. And you now have Gray running this way as well. The Snowshawn says help. And Batman is currently using heavy camels, which should do pretty well. But I still worry about them killing a massive Elephant Archer. Well, guys, we've got continuous elephant archers pushing in. The castle has stayed up, however. I'm loving the amount of elephants we have. Or just unique units in general. The elite ballista elephants are also a very strong unit. I've always said this about the elephant units, is the devs have made changes to them over the past year. They've always been strong if you get the mass of them in. The struggle for the devs have been, can we make the... are we able to make these things viable in the early game? And truthfully, I just don't think there's a world where these things ever should be viable in the early game, because they're really strong in the late game. But man, the heavy camel's really having something to say here. There's a lot blinking. We have yellow making that push. Remember, yellow was an imp. So this continues. We have organ guns and we have trebs continuing to advance forward. Green, what reds... what resources do you need? And green saying, I'm good with res for now. Yeah. What green needs is teamwork. And currently, gray is helping. However, gray would have to help purple to truly help. Also, you know what I wish I had stats on right now is how many cows were left. Also, that is... oh, boy. Okay, you know what I want to see? I want Snowshawn to put the king inside of the house. I've said this before, but no one ever does it. You can put your king inside of houses with the Khmer. Should you do it? Probably not. If you want to keep your king alive, but it does look cool. So delete the lumber camp, build a house. This has produced some epic battles so far. We haven't even seen all the players working right now. Or not working, sorry, fighting. Also, red has yet to finish all these castles. So who knows when that will happen. Red's going to go for paladins. Again, I think coordination is needed between gray and green. I just haven't really seen it. Like, I don't think gray's all in on this relationship. You have to be, I think. You can't just be sitting at home with these Mangudai. Not if you want green to survive. And you've already attacked blue, so it's not like you can be good friends with purple later on. I mean, maybe you can. And the Mangudai instead are actually switching over this way. So, okay, that makes sense. So gray wants to be loyal to yellow as well. They are our enemy. Green says, kill these outposts. Red, can you enemy? Okay, so... yeah, I guess this is green trying to find out what side red is on. So Sally has just now turned on Snowshawn. I guess they were neutral before. It's a bit interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on the military count right now at the bottom left. Because I think it's the most important thing. We've got almost fully upgraded Mangudai. Great, you are missing stable upgrades, my friend. It's confusing, but Bloodlines does affect your Mangudai here. Give them 20 more HP. Okay, red turns on purple. And red says killing perp trade. Red, you will kill anyone's trade if they come to this corner. With the flip of a switch. It'll be at every single trade route, pretty much. Because it's not easy to trade from this corner to the other corner. While that is still possible, technically. Okay, the king sadly did not sit in the house in the corner. That's upsetting. My day's ruined. Blue, thinking better of it, is now going to bring the king over here. Red, we friends. Purple, please. Red says they pressure me. Blue, we friend. They all pressure me to kill purple. What I do? Yeah, red's like, they're all attacking me. What do you expect me to do? Help me. Blue just wants his teammate to stay alive. The only person that's been fighting alongside blue has been purple so far. Purple is obviously here to defend. I don't know what's happening with the units, though. This is not the best grouping. You've got units that are stuck here right now. And purple was typing, I need help, but the camels will still be okay. Yellow speaks up for the first time in a long time, says now I can finally mass organ guns and help you guys out. And the desperation chat continues with all the typos here. Okay, so... let's look at trade count real quick. Really high for Sally. It's at 55. And Sally has essentially been forgotten about. Oh god, Purple's king is in here. There's elephant archers there. Purple's king is in here. Purple needs help. We're not seeing any support come Purple's way. The only player that I think really wants to work with Purple would probably be Snowshawn, but Purple realizes, or maybe no, the king was just attacked and it moved away. The red changes the chat settings so only we can see it. A true gamer. It says T90, I love my Monopoly. Is that him saying I love long-term strategy games, or I love just long games because Monopoly games always take forever? Something like that. Blue is making a massive push this way towards Gray's Eco, though. And Snowshawn has definitely rebalanced things. 200 kills in the game, 100 military, and Ballista Elephants are 310 HP and do damage like a scorpion. They are very hard to stop. Sally says I boomed back up. First time we've seen Sally in a while. Sally's gonna be angry. Trade Monopoly? That could be it. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I guess it's like these castles are kind of like having hotels all over the board. That's actually really cool. I actually played Monopoly for the first time around Christmas. And I got utterly destroyed, but I did enjoy it. Can anyone research treason and signal Purple King, is what Sally says, to red and to green? Would certainly be a good idea. So, it feels like yellow and teal just have their own little disagreement that they're going to figure out, and no one's really helping them anymore. So who knows how that's going to go. Like, GS Healers definitely wants a King Snipe right now. Been very sneaky here with the Bombard Cannons. I mean, Purple's King is inside of a town center. It shouldn't be that hard to address. But the issue for green is that there's all this knocking on the door on the side. And that will become more and more of a problem. There's also a king there. Gray now signals and says, yellow, let's get teal. But yellow's distracted. I think you could do that on yourself by your own matches. And wow, it didn't take Sally long. Found out where the king was located. And purple's going to lose the king. And that is our first death here on Cal Nothing. Again, technically not a nothing map by the definition, but we've had plenty of action. GG, and Batman just says, dang. Honestly, I feel a little bad for Batman. Like, Batman asked for help a bunch of times. Red never really showed any interest in helping, and I understand that. I don't think Red should have. And then Blue is taking out Gray's Eco over here, but never really sent any support. Snowshawn is desperate. Says, Red, I need you, my friends. Red says, sure, send me some stone and we all ally. Or we ally. So actually, tribute events should show up here. How much stone does Red already have? Not as much as you would think. Snowshawn only has 1,000 to send. But Red apparently wants more cat. Oh my god! No wonder Red wants more stone, and no wonder Red didn't have stone in the bank. Oh my god. Red's got 30 castles, and that's not even all of them. There's still more castles around. Oh my god, Teal just went down to Gray. I kind of knew that was coming. Sorry, I got distracted by the castles, but that's 2 people down. We've got 6 remaining. It is going to be very difficult to kill Red. Also, he has all of his HP upgrades. So many castles, the game is lagging right now. He has 7,000 HP. So if these castles go up, he will have 211,000 HP in one corner. It's moments like these where I think it'd be really funny if, like, his king was in a TC or something. Like, obviously that wouldn't be smart, but... A healer says, GG, Kami games are hard, well played all. Yeah, I mean, for Teal, honestly, it was just like... You didn't really have anyone to back you up. You were working with Sally, who hasn't been doing too much in the game and was on the other side of the map in the first place, which I think hurt. But, I mean, Sally's certainly doing something now. Alright. Red says, what's the game plan? Now, notice how Death Hunter is being talked to by everybody. I think everyone wants to be friends with Death Hunter. This is a great position for Red. Look at these ballistas go. Elephant v. Elephant. Yellow says, want me to chat to blue? I'm clearly the noob who's been duking it out with teal. Yeah, but like, what's your game plan? Oh God, speaking of game plans, look at Sally go. Sally's diving into where maybe he thinks the king could be located. But this is underneath a lot of castles. It shouldn't be too good for these paladins in the long term just because of the castle fire, but good cleanups here in the ballistas so far. Death Hunter says, I got 99 problems and a castle is none. All right, let's go. I mean, Green's about to start singing the same song over here. Great farms, Green. I'm a big fan of Green. Fantastic farms. Red, can he make castles by his market? I'm sure. And the king was in the house, and I tried. This was freaking out, so it wouldn't take me to it. But a moment ago, I saw the king was in the house and is now hopped inside of the castle. You gotta love Sally, and you gotta love how Sally plays these games. Goes for the kill. Doesn't always go for the straight-up battles. And obviously wants some revenge here. I don't think that revenge is going to be possible, though. I do not think that king will eject. There's enough ballista elephants here. If you really want to be certain, though, if you're Snowshawn, repair that castle. And then take out the Kipchaks, because those are going to be the king snipers. That's why you get masonry and hoardings and all those upgrades, guys, because without those upgrades, that king probably would have ejected there. There's 81 ballista elephants on the map right now. That is insane. Red continues to place castles. 43 castles currently on the map. They're not all built. Sally says, and I don't get freaking cannon galleons not like this. Ooh. So Sally was maybe thinking of using the water. Yeah. Wait, humans don't get cannon galleon? I thought every civ got cannon galleon. I thought they made a change that every civ gets it. But maybe I'm wrong. Humans do lack a lot of things. A very one-sided civ, I would say. This is smart from Snowshawn. 10 relics here at the start. Everyone could see it. Snowshawn's going to take those relics now. Imagine showing up now and wondering what happened this game. You'd be like, where did he get the stone? Also, I don't think anyone would know that this looks like a cow. Or looked like a cow. Check blue gold count. He has a lot of relics. Yeah, I should be checking that more frequently. Not only are the relics there, but there's 42 trade. Ray says, Blue, everyone is talking about you. Which is kind of true. Not a lie. This could lead to some interesting drama. Sally has already shown that he's interested in going for the king snipe. The problem I would say for blue is that you kind of need these ballistas all in the same spot. And they're slow, so if the paladins were to ever run in, big problems. There goes the king for green. A risky place to be moving through, but that's why green made these castles. Ask Rez if anyone wants. I've got a ton of gold. And red says, I want stone. And green says, I'm buying stone. Great. I'm sure red needs more castles. 1890 teal here. What did I do wrong? Too aggressive. And also having an ally that wasn't close to you, I'd say. Right? Like, it was established for teal. Like, I don't think teal liked you either. But teal had friends that were close. I think that is what hurt you. I think you let Sally's reputation get to your head a little bit. And you thought that you could work with Sally in the long term, but you maybe didn't talk to others. Unless I missed something there. Okay, Sally. Wanting to go this way. I think Sally noticed that there were there was the small push coming from this area. The monastery should go down. Buildings should go down. Villagers should go down. But the ballistas push. If green had, let's say, 70 elephant archers, would that beat the ballistas? I kind of feel like no. The ballistas do more damage, I think. Well, trying to do the math. I think they do around the same amount of damage. But they do the pass-through damage, which I think is the most important. And they might even fire a little faster. Oh my god, red. What is this? Red is... Okay, that's the same as before. 43 castles. They're just not completed yet. Dang. I mean, if you're comparing the Elephant Archer to the Ballista, remember, the Ballista does have to be created out of castles, so it makes sense that that unit would be a little stronger. The idea of switching Elephant Archers to a few civs was to make them a little bit more accessible as a unit. Otherwise, though, I struggle to know what the Dravidians can realistically make. But if you have Mangudai in the mix at the same time, it could be awesome. And apparently Dravidians get Siege Onagers, so that's what Green's talking about now. So that would make sense. Guys, has Red killed anything? Like one raid, maybe? Sally, 72 kills. Death Hunter, 88 kills. So not bad. Sally here against Ballista Elephants. Again, 310 HP for a unit that acts as a Scorpion. It is wild. Paladins, though, do a lot of damage when they get in close, so maybe this will be... Nah, it won't be achievable for the Paladins. The Paladins will die, as we all initially expected. Holy Trebs from Snowshawn. Snowshawn's got plenty of those things. And Green now says, Gray, can you tech into Siege Onagers with Drill? Yeah, so when I'm double-clicking the castles, it shows the ones that aren't built yet. Capture Age probably says the ones that are all already completed, but Red will eventually complete more and is up to 45. I imagine they're probably buying stone. I'm actually going to leave this on temporarily. It can get pretty spammy, excuse me. Gray needs to be helping here. By Gray not helping, it is just leading to a situation where Gray will eventually die as well. Potentially, anyways. Also, Sally going in again. I think Sally will do this all day. And it's at a good time, too, because Blue's pushing. Yurumi Swordsman popping out to kill the Siege. That's cool to see. Yurumis are really low HP, though, so I imagine they'll always die to this. And now there's Trebs behind. These castles will not last longer than a few seconds. The cow's been slaughtered. We do have Siege Onager on the way for Green. Remember, Gray's lacking Bloodlines. And also, I think, lacking the Archer range upgrades as well for the Mangudai. But they're still so good. So, Gray, when you rewatch this, Mangudai require a lot of upgrades from different buildings, so it's really awkward. But the Archer range has Thumb Ring and Parthian Tactics. And then the stable, you can get Husbandry and Bloodlines. With Bloodlines being really important because you get extra HP. Also, Gray has 163 military. That's wild. There's Siege Onager. Red. Oh, God. Yep. This is why I wanted to check this. Red is buying stone. Which one is the king in? Okay, this one. Oh, Siege Onager is such a good play. Watch the elephants fall. See, they kind of stack together, which can be a big issue against Siege. They're actually not dying as quickly as I initially thought they would. But there's a lot of weak ones in here, and there are a couple hits from going down, and now the Mangudai are here as well. And let's go. Mackers is enjoying the lovely, lovely Mangudai. And Blue is a big problem. Blue does not have support. There is no one in this map that wants to fight with Blue, and while Blue's resources are probably still okay, there's now 0 trade. It's just the relics he's working from. Green says, guys, I'll tech into Cannon Galleons and take out Blue from water. Yeah, they take lower damage to Siege than I expected, but it's becoming a numbers problem now for Snowshawn. Sorry, you just don't have as much support as you would want to have here. Organs, Halves, Mangudai, Paladins, Siege Onagers. Of course, that's going to counter. It's going to counter pretty much anything in the game. So, I should point this out, because someone in chat just said Red is going to make a Wonder. I normally allow Wonder and Relic Victory, and we select Last Man Standing, which allows that to be possible. However, there's no Last Man Standing in a scenario. So I'm not even sure that works. So there is a world where that's red's strategy. But again, I do not know if that works. All right, boys, here comes nothing. I need gold, says Sally. Is Sally going to trade with a bunch of trade cards or something? What's Sally talking about? Oh my god. Okay, he's got Trebs. And he's got Kipchaks. He's using this transport to distract. What a play. But you need everything. You need the Trebs as well. Oh my god. Don't mess up yet. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep moving. Yo, what a play. So he passes there. He drops off with Kipchaks here. He just needs to get the Trebs off. This will be an epic snipe. And the king is on the move. Snowshawn spotted it. Will probably still lose the castle. But, man, that was a great play all around. That was sick stuff there from Sally. The town bell is actually rung. The elephants come home. But, again, I just do not see a world where he could survive this. The others have to push him, though. And Red... God, if Red turns on these people after dropping castles in their... You know, in their bases, it's going to be a nightmare for villagers. Speaking of a nightmare for villagers, Red's castle's getting denied here, actually. Blue's raiding. Blue also must have a lot of military. 150. Blue did lose the castle. And Green says, I've got siege to push now. So, it's basically like 5v1 right now. Still a bit uncertain on what the plans are for some of these players long term, but I guess we'll see. Now, I think Sally doing this now is fine, right? Like, Sally didn't need to necessarily do that. It takes a long time to build up. Sally just needed to get back into the game earlier and has done so. Everyone's against Blue, so it's just a matter of time. Blue's score is so high. Blue's not talking to anybody. It's just no one has siege rams and Trebs with their push. So they've been running underneath castles. That's what they need. Or you could just use siege onagers, I guess. Why all versus me, 11? You started it because you bully. Well, Blue thought he could kill Sally. And had he killed Sally and then been able to keep purple in it, you know, anything's possible. Gray says you didn't want to be friends. And oh my, guys. I have to pause because I need to process my emotions for 5 seconds. Give me a moment. This is such a Sally plot twist. Oh, this is so good. So publicly, Sally says, because you bully, and then he goes to the chat settings. He toggles on only Snowshawn, and he says, but let me offer you an olive branch. Yo, let's go. Everyone's like, yeah, kill Blue, kill Blue. And Sally's like, how can I work this situation to my advantage? I'm excited to see what chat comes up. Oh, he says, ping all the king locations only to me and only to me. I don't know if Snowshawn's paying attention to this yet. He's, of course, trying to stay alive. This is a high-pressure scenario for him. What does he get there? Like, what can you offer him? I suppose that's the problem. Because Sally can't offer this guy life. Because he's going to die regardless. I'm also going to remove the market events now. But if Blue does this, it'd be fascinating. How much army do we have here? Can we add it all up? As a whole, we've got 25,000 HP. Against 20,000 HP, that tells you how strong those things are. Sadly, we haven't seen any chat from Sally. Man, this is PC breaking stuff right here. Let's go. This is a sick post-in battle. Cal nothing. Can't wait to watch these elephants squirm. Okay, the king is on the move. This is not exploding kings. This king is going to transport somewhere. And Sally says, so Blue, will you accept? And I'm kind of thinking that Blue didn't know what was said. Blue says yes. Now, Blue can't necessarily stop in this scenario and fix the chat settings because, well, Life is complicated at the moment. You're trying to save your king next to the relics, and you're also trying to keep your base alive. And now Snowshawn says talking only to you. So he allies Sally. Sally says yes. Sneaky, sneaky. Still have the micro. Still have the... Again, you want to live. But also, I think Snowshawn is experienced enough to realize that this will just make the game more interesting, too. People do think the viewers, believe it or not. Sally, why you spy? What's that about? So that wasn't Sally doing it. That was Snowshawn doing it. And Sally says, thanks, I'll need time, so hang on. So they're not going to talk for a while. Red is kind of calling Sally out. But I think Red probably saw the signal of, it probably saw the notification. Of a signal here from Green. And Green is like, I got cannon galleons. And Green actually needs to research treason too. Green, orange spying on us, is Red. How does Red know it? What is making Red think this? What is making him think this? I snipe him, question mark. What did he see? Again, I'm looking to see if the chat was screwed up. I don't think any of the chat was screwed up here. Obviously, I see some people saying it could be listening to the stream. Obviously, that is not allowed. And also, if you were doing it, you would want to be sneaky about it, right? Blue King on island, says Red. I'm going to give Red the benefit of the doubt for the time being. It could be that he's sensing some things, like... But I don't know what he would sense, because it's not like Orange wasn't attacking Blue either. Orange, are we good, says Red. Yeah, you, question mark. Green, you still close with Red. So yeah, you, okay. Sally says yes. Sally's normally very attentive to chat, but I think in the end... Even though Sally made a deal here with Green, I don't see... Or with Blue, sorry. I do not see how Blue can realistically survive. Okay. Sally says, I'm thinking of getting Gray next. Red says, I kill Orange or I wait. Someone spy on me. Okay, so I think Red heard the treason, guys. I think he heard the treason. I understand some things. I understand some of the other points you're making. But I think that Red is, like, really paranoid and heard the signal notification and assumed it's Sally. And now, you would have to have more game knowledge as well. Like, you cannot actually... I wish you could, but you can't actually research treason if you're allied with people. So it would be enemies. But this would be an opportunity, like, for Sally to say, like, that... I can't do that. It must have been Blue, so watch out or something. My move feeling telling me Orange is spying. Continues to say it to Green. Continues to say it. Now, is Orange building something up by chance? No, but Red is. Because he don't reply to me when I ask about spying. Well, I'll tell you what. Like, I know everyone's focused on Blue right now. But Blue is not the favorite. And hasn't been for a while. I think it's got to be Red. With that many castles, I don't care how much army's coming against you. It's going to take forever. Blue says, how's that help coming along? Here comes some trebuchets. So Sally's like, I've got to keep this person alive. Ray, want to put your Trebs and Mangu in transport. I haven't heard from Yellow in a bit. This king is still over here. Blue trying to defend with inferior navy. Trying to keep the relics alive as well. Need help versus Green on water. And dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. Here we've got Sally. They're all focused there. Grace is in. So Grace hopped in some transport somewhere. And, oh, wow. Okay. Also, Navy's been deleted there. Is someone spying? It is the neighbor closest to you, or what is it? This is red. So red's still talking about this. Green's also not offering any answers or responding at all. So the confusion continues there. Also, where's the army? Sorry, it's so much clutter here. I should probably look towards kings, right? Because blue pinged all the kings earlier. Okay, we have Sally going in against Gray. Now, if anyone needs a reason to go against Sally, this is going to be the reason if Gray ends up going down to Sally. Now, Sally could play dumb after this. Let's see if Gray survives. I do not think Gray notices this, but will Sally see the king immediately? The king is dead. Long live the king. The king is dead. Gray is out of the game. Sadly, though, sadly, the Mangudai were already dropped off. And so Blue's got to make a run for it. Sally says, yeah, it was Blue. Sally, who spied before? I just got spied again. Sally says, yeah, it was Blue. Okay, so the chat continues. Now, this king is going to die, I think. He's somehow dodging. He's hiding behind the ram. Okay, the king is now dead. It was Blue. I needed help to kill Gray. So Sally kind of admits. Now Yellow's asking about it. And Red says, Yellow, my move friend. How are you? Okay, so who's the enemy now? The person that everyone was focused on for so long. Oh, okay. There you go. There's the answer. Sally's the enemy now. And honestly, it makes sense. From the community game reputation standpoint, it makes sense. Sally's got a crazy rep. Also, Sally just killed Gray, and he admitted it. And Sally now says publicly, which will make things interesting, Red, how could you? And Death Hunter's been talking to Green about a plan for a long time, but I haven't actually seen Green want to get involved on that plan. We take orange, you spy on me, question mark, and this is over to Green now. Again, I don't know if Wonder Victory works. Test name for UT90. Hello, by the way. I don't know if that works, but I will tell you that Sally survives. For now, Sally survives. Sally's got 7k gold, which isn't as much as some of the others, but it is still something. Red's got a lot of paladins, though. Bad news for Sally. Green now turns on him. That is not something that Sally needed. Sally really needs to convince someone to work with him. Well, that looks like I've killed my only ally, 11. Yellow, you with me, question mark. Yellow, you should definitely say no. I love Sally, but you should not say yes to this. Just bode him farewell and say it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, Orange says this publicly too, so Yellow says putting me on the spot there, which is true. Dude, it's a death wish to say yes right now. But the thing is, it's a death wish to go against a guy who has like 60 castles. It's the same thing as what we say in the games where people go for bombard towers everywhere. Is you probably need to focus on those players. The king is still alive. And there's Kipchak's behind. There's 56 paladins on your screen. The problem is more so the trebuchets. Red says join the winning side. Yellow after Sally, then 1v1. Okay, well, you're kind of forgetting Green in this equation. The Death Hunter must be so happy with this position. It would be one of the more embarrassing losses ever if this king were to get sniped. Yes. Has to be said. Green, I need help. Yeah, I'll be talking to Orange, but I'll be on our side. So it is going to be 3 people. Sally is signaled and said King Red and is telling Yellow where the king is. The only way Red dies is if someone backstabs him, I think. I don't think you could actually like win a 1v1 against him with that many castles. We have Green making a move. The castle, unfortunately, has gone down there. This castle could go down as well. It's going to be close. The Trebs will obviously be taken out. Will the castle stand here for Sally? That's the important thing. I think it will. The Trebs were not going after the castle, actually. We have the siege elephants on the way. They're getting picked as well. Sally's desperation is giving the others time, but I do not think that Sally has a chance at being top 3. Sally will slowly run out of resources. And Sally should eventually lose this castle. But man, is he holding. The stables are all right next to this, always producing. Red's doing the same, but Red's kind of trickling these units in a little bit. Also, I don't know if the Axemen are going to be too helpful there either. The castle's halfway down, but it is being repaired somewhere. Maybe I saw it going down to something. I thought I saw the HP changing. Where's Sally's king? It's right here. It's inside of this. Wait, what? Yeah, it's inside of this. It's just, you can kind of see the king's hat at the bottom. I guess Capture Age isn't prioritizing putting the king on the top. The yellow says, where is Orange's king? More castles from Red, who I imagine has been buying stone nonstop. Actually doesn't let me go and see that, so we're just going to forget about that. Snow Sean says, if someone does CrossFit and doesn't eat beef, which one do they tell you about first? Well played, Snow Sean. Well played. Now it should be if. Hold on, we have jokes now from Snow Sean. He's trying to entertain us as Sally dies. What do you call a cow with 3 legs? Lean beef. What do you call a cow with 2 legs? Yo mama. I'm too old. I can't laugh at yo mama jokes. I'm too old for that. I'm almost 30. It's not funny. Not funny. This villager is somehow keeping her king alive. But Sally's going to run out of resources. Sally is 1,200 gold remaining. It is all in on Sally, and it's just not going to change. Come on, even yellow, says Sally. We may have reached the point where Sally's reputation caught up with him. Also, how is a Sally above 200 pop? Sally was at 203 military a second ago. Oh, maybe this scenario allows that. Oh, I forgot it's a scenario, so it's whatever was built into the scenario. Red, you want to do a boxing match at the end or 1v1 Treb War? Red says yes. Can we do monk conversion? No, you can't convert kings. It's an idea, though. Also, Red said that, and Yellow is probably like, what are you guys talking about? Keep looking at your king location eventually. Make sure no one is sniping. Yeah, so Green has no interest in killing Red. It also wouldn't make sense to me if I'm in Red's position to try and make deals. Because you have built up more castles than I've probably ever seen in a community game. Sally says, I hereby declare that the only person who can kill my king is... Well, it's going to be Yellow. If you keep doing this. Or is it going to be Snow Sean, maybe? I don't know if this was intended. But there it is. And Yellow gets the kill. Congratulations, Yellow. I don't think Yellow knows anything about that. And Sally says, the one who fought honorably. Unfortunately, that message didn't reach the players. And, oh my god, Yellow's been turned on immediately after by Green. Yellow is going to regret turning on Sally now. Sorry, my chat is glitching. Okay, Green, now how do we do this? I've got bombards. I don't think Yellow has any clue. Or Yellow thinks that Green and him are going to work together against Red. And Monk says, I'm sorry, Yellow. Red was my first ally. Allies till the end. I do remember them saying that. That was a conversation that was had. And this town center will eventually go down. The king is surrounded by castles. I don't think it has any chance of surviving. Yellow, I honor you, but was me and Green to the end. Wololo. Not quite the drama that we expected. Yellow is making a tiny, teensy little push over here, I guess. Red really feels secure inside of this base. How many castles does Red have now? Red has 64 castles. 4,500 HP of castles. That's all right. Well deserved, says Yellow. I'm sure Yellow doesn't know the king is here. Because Yellow hasn't tried to relocate it. I don't know what strategy you even go for, to be honest. I think you have to run this way with a unit, kind of like Sally did with the transports earlier, and distract and go back and forth. That is true. It's the second game. It's yellow, red, and green as the last. And the king goes down. All right, so Snowshawn's talking to Sally now. These guys are going to make up, be friends in heaven. We now have 2 players remaining. Will there actually be a deal, or will red say, you know what? Why would I ever do that? I've earned this. And again, green has 17k gold. Aight, red, what we do? Oh, baby, what the plan? It's a super chaotic game. Well played, yellow. I think both players do not want a long slog. We've seen enough of those games. If I were green, I certainly wouldn't want to push back those castles. I don't know. I think maybe you could do it. Not if the opponent could just spam paladins, though. And Frank Stables produce paladins faster, too. That would be really awkward. Red is building up. Even with a castle foundation over here. Red is almost building up like red wants to fight this, though. Like, I'm not seeing a build up towards some type of an agreement. Green says, I'll put my king here. I didn't see a ping, though. Oh, I imagine it's going to be right here. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. So we build up towards the final battle, but will red actually agree to some type of fight? Some type of king duel? Make sure no other military is there that I can accidentally kill the kings. Okay. What about castles? Is there a rule against castles? Red says, I add Cal spectators. That's the best thing that has been said all game. Put the cows in the stands. Ah, they can't see over the walls, sadly, but... Okay. Green says, actually, let's just do Vilwar. Red says, bro, I am building Glorious Arena for us. But surely green's not going to be stupid enough to try and Vilwar you with the king in here when there's castles surrounding it. Maybe red isn't thinking about that either. There's a lot of military. Holy. 164. Yeah, green's like, if you have castles there, this is not going to work. I can't eject my king, says green. Yeah. So he's saying, I cannot do that if you have castles. Don't turn on me. Okay. What's the... Isn't the plan for him to turn on you? You're telling me the guy who has built up 80 castles and 80 paladins, or how many even is this? 110 paladins doesn't want to attack you right now. Is that what you're thinking? Okay, deletes the elephant. So green's trying to be as honorable as possible. Red says, okay. Not too convincing. I think, like, it would have taken a really long time, and it might not have ever worked. But I think I would have liked to see green at least, like, try and go for the kill. But I can understand they did say they were going to be with each other till the end. Bring the king to the arena. On the flip side of this, like, is red trying to be sneaky? If you're trying to be sneaky, build a tower. Not 6 castles. Don't turn, please. I trust you, or I'll insta-die. Sure, Borther. I am trustworthy foreigner. He added the word for the worthy, I guess. I like how the cow's keeping the gate open and cow nothing. You run, I Trebs is red. Oh, he's probably gonna attack ground. He's How long until they realize you can't attack ground with Trebs to kill kings? They want the finish. Green says, sorry, chat. And T90 red is looking for his king. He does have a lot of castles, to be fair. I don't think either of them know that you can't attack rounds on a king with Trebs. You can do it with bombard cannons. Yeah, green saying Trebs can't do friendly fire. Now this makes more sense. Red says incoming, which means the king is on the way. you guys gotta understand, like, these guys have played an epic game and they know, like, if it would have been another 2-hour-long slog, people would have got bored of it. So they're like, what ways can we make this entertaining for the people? Okay, delete castles and military. Red says, sure, after I win. Well, no, you can't. You can't do it after you win, buddy, because the game's over then. You can't delete anything. Okay, the kings have arrived. And... oh, it doesn't end? Wait, what? We're spectating Red living on peacefully to the end of time? This is different. I guess Red could delete things now. Why is the game still going right now? Well, guys, we've got Red with his paladins, and he knew about this mod. He prepared for weeks, and he's just going to destroy green stuff. Green says, he betrayed me. That's his punishment, the curse. Yes, this is Red's punishment. Red has to see out the rest of his days in this game and can never leave, can never resign, and can never escape Cal nothing. It's perfect. Sure, you could probably trade with some dead people's markets, but guess what? You'll have no friends. You'll have no family. You'll have no way of escaping ever. You're in Cal nothing purgatory. It's perfect. I have to imagine this is probably a scenario bug. I like how the first thing that Red did after everyone was defeated was build more castles, because that's just true to how Red has played this game. But, oh, hold on. It's almost at 69 castles. Can you place one more before we leave this? Just one more? Just one more foundation for me. Maybe I missed one. Oh, 69! Yes! And that's where we end the game. Here's a look at the resources collected in this game. There was a lot of stone collected by Red, and that was Red's plan. Red said, I'm going to get over to the stone. We're going to milk that stone for all it's worth from this cow and build castles everywhere. No one really looked at Red and said, hey, maybe that's a problem. Like, maybe 50, 60 castles is an issue, because they were focused on some of the other engagements. Also, Snowshawn being a beast as well had a lot of their focus. Gold collected, though, was a big deal with the trade. The castles, of course, were in the trade, so it makes sense that anytime Red turned on somebody, he would take out their trade. It got almost too strong, where it was maybe a little lackluster near the end, but I still thought it was really good strategy from Red. There's the KD for you, Snowshawn leading the way with 1,000 kills. Is he still here? He's still here. I am trapped forever in my kingdom. He's still doing stuff, still having fun. I mean, a sick part of me wants to see how long this guy stays in. How long will he stay in this game? He might stay in this forever, but we're going to use our imagination with that. We're going to pretend that Red will stay here forever, and we're not going to. But, okay, what do I want to say? Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you to the creator of this map. This was what it looked like at the start. This is really, really cool. That was the last words from Red there. But, I mean, the fact that the map went from what we just left to this, or I guess the other way around, it started as this and then went to what we ended on, is incredible. Obviously, a lot of stone, and Red in particular took advantage of that, but I thought it was fairly balanced, to be honest with you. Plenty of cows as well on Cow Nothing, and the star. I like the attention to detail with the entrance to the random area of the cow. I like the attention to detail with the various gold positions. The shorefish was a really cool bonus, because competitively you might want to be more in the middle for the golden stone, but if you want a faster start, you could take this area too. I mean, it was a good map. So hopefully Killer Cow will find out that we used it. I'd be curious to see what people thought about it. Kind of reminds me of the T90 Woo map that we had way back in the day, which shaped like the Woo emote. Anyways, GG, fun cast. And, oh, God, if I had a cow joke, this would be the time to use it. How would a cow say goodbye? Moo. Sorry, that's all I had. I can't do any better than that.